art of pixel. Exactly, exactly. Hello, Lunatic. How are you doing today? It is indeed the art of pixeling. I do have a few things to show you today, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I've been trying my hand at bigger pixel art because honestly it looks good. I like doing the small stuff, but I like doing the big stuff too. My ears are plugged right now and music is louder than you, so I cannot understand you very much. Okay, hold up. My mic is low today? How about now? Music does seem a little bit loud though. Is this better? Yeah, my mic was a little far, so I just pulled it closer and now it's much better, I assume. Where does starting music go? I don't know, it disappears every so often. I'm not entirely sure why. Ah, the starting soon was very loud, okay. Yeah, the starting soon is rather loud, hold up. I think it loops a little while, then it disappears for a while, then it loops back again. I'm not entirely sure. Not 100% sure. But anyways, we only got a few seconds to go. So it doesn't matter because we are starting. Just a sec. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody! How's everybody doing today? Today. It's Thursday? Whatever. It's Pixel Art Day. That's what matters. Hello, Lunatic. How are you doing? Hello. So, it's middle time. Exactly. So here's the thing. Here's some things that I worked on. Still haven't worked, a lot of them I haven't worked in detail, like this would have like her holding the book. But here's an animation of the book opening. Right? Here's her leaning in to look at the book better. I am looking at this though, and I do think the perspective of the book being completely straight doesn't really match the perspective of the pages. So I do think I'm gonna adjust this to the side a little bit. And like, let me show a quick course correction for this. Oops. Here we go. Can do like this. You know what I mean? I think it would work a little bit better than full straight. I only noticed this later. But still a neat book. But for today, what I really want to work on is this pose. It is a neat book, yes. And you're probably wondering, shouldn't there be like these things over here on the shirt? And the answer is, I am planning on adding this last. Hello, cutie kitty, how are you doing? Because I can do it in like a... Hope you're doing good. I can do it like its own layer, right? I make like a texture of the leaves. Oh my god, a full year! Thank you so much! 12 months! Really appreciate the support, thank you! Hope you're doing good today, yeah. But yeah, I plan on adding the rest of the tattoos and the little leaf thingy on the outfit at the end. First things first, we're gonna do the animations and the poses, see what's working, what isn't working, right? Because once I add these details in, I'm gonna have to take them into account during the animations. Oh no, you're still sick! Oh, that's too bad. Is it a cold? I hate colds. Colds suck. Pet. Indeed, pet. I think it is. I see. Colds really do suck. I kinda realized something rather funny last night. I did the boob like this, right? Because I wanted to do the thing inclinated. But the thing is, I... not entirely sure about Ricardo's body pose here. And I thought the chest was facing the other side. Now I am completely unsure. Hold up, let me test something. I'm not sure what Ricardo's body pose is either. I think they kind of just glushed everything together and was like, this is good enough. He's gonna charge up purple and no one's gonna notice. And now we're dissecting it. Hey Tammy, welcome to the stream! What did you learn about Mega Man X2? Let's see, cutie kitty. Going to the doctor tomorrow. Though there is another event I need to go. I'm not sure if I can. Oh no! Oh no. Prioritize your health, cutie kitty. Prioritize your health. I could find middle heat crouching pose. Oh, that would help. Because, like, I thought maybe. I did it the other way. I don't know if I liked it, but now I'm reconsidering it. Let me show. If we put the boob facing this way instead, and of course we line it up so it's not floating there. See? Remember that time stop ability you get from one of the bosses? Yeah. The one where you have to charge up to use, right? I remember that one. What about it? People found out that it breaks the game completely. How so? Please do tell, I am very interested. Breaking games happen to be... I happen to find breaking games very fun. Or at least very funny. You kinda had to in order to play Ragnarok Online. In a second, explain my net stop fucking around the load Xenoverse 1. Oh. Let's see here. Interesting. Well, there are gonna be some conflicts here, I suppose. Sent image I found? Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's reverse it so we have it in the direction I want. This one's a lot clearer since it goes before purple. From what I'm looking, right? Let me evaluate this a little bit. Chest area. Little bit like this. Arms going out here and here. So if we were going to do this as a 1x1, the boobs wouldn't be like from a side view at all. They would be more, you know, in the middle. They'd be closer to the middle. So I think instead of trying to repurpose some of the stuff, we can we need to rebuild. We need to make it stronger, faster, more agile, maybe a little bit more bouncy, who knows? Closer to the middle, exactly. So let's see. This means it's time to work on Booba. It's for anatomy purposes. It's fine. It's educational and shit. There we go. There we go. There we go. I am curious how is that? I mean, it's a time-stopping ability, so it should be kind of broken. But it wouldn't be broken unless there was a way to spam it completely, I don't think. So I am very curious what Tam is gonna sell us. So we can testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Can see ya, can hear ya. I mean, I can't hear you, but I can read you, so close enough. It is gonna be closer to the middle, I think. Should this have O2? A little bit lower. A bit more like this. There we go. There we go. Man, playing the Mega Man game has been an absolute blast. Gotta say. So here's what people find out. Ooh, do tell, do share. I wanna know. How do you break the game with a time-stopping ability? Does it bug something? Or is it just so good in general that no one realized it? Okay. So... I think I can take this one and actually delete it because it's not gonna be that useful here. Then we can take this one. Can just kind of do this and adjust the height a little bit here, right? Is that if you do a full charge stop when picking up a large heal, you break out of time stop and you go hit yourself in an enemy. Oh no! Oh no! Wait, is that like a one-time thing or do you have to redo for every stage? Even if you have to redo for every stage. Oh no, that's awesome. Oh, that is awesome. So you just can't be hit. Yo, are speedrunners using this now? That shit's wild. Oh no. Poor old game. Poor old game. That is beautiful. That is just beautiful. Man, you can't get that kind of bug because of patches nowadays. That is so sad. That is so sad. People can actually patch out these things nowadays. Oh no, that is so cool though. Damn. If you do that in the room where the digital sword was and do that glitch of wall jump to the middle while it's wearing off, you're glitched through the floor and found single... Okay, that one is for the speedrun. That one is just for speedrunners. Hold up. Hold up. That's for speedrunners, and it's one hell of a skill check right there. God damn. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. That's amazing, Tommy. Holy carp. It was around 30 minutes before. That's still pretty fast to hold up. And that was done without any bugs? I I mean, theoretically, if you play everything perfect, you kinda can, but wow, that's... Ole. Hello, Maxi. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Good morning. Oh my god. But Mentami, that really breaks the game. 30 minutes was 100% getting all parts and 0 parts. Goddamn. Nothing is scarier than a speedrunner. You're okay? That's good to hear. It's good to be okay. I am doing okay too. We are doing some pixel art at the moment. I'm doing an art trade for Lunatic. And I am trying to figure out if the boobies are well positioned. Hi, hello Lunatic. As I told Maxi, I'm doing an art trade for you. Yes, it is. Let's see. Kinda tempted to... I mean, go for it. Go for it. The bug still exists in the remakes, right? It's like they probably didn't even knew it existed, so they wouldn't fix it. Hey, Norex! Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. X2 is really good. It is, it is. So, more or less like this. I found the best clip ever. Did you? Oh, what is it? What is the best clip ever? Of course they didn't know. That is cryptic AF. That is cryptic AF. You can beta test your game as much as you like, you're never gonna beat a speedrunner. This was discovered a month ago, damn. It's perfect natural slapstick, unedited, unfiltered, real-life comedy. And I made it slightly better. Ooh! Nice. What'd you do? I really like the Zero Project for X3. Zero Project? Oh, is it like a ROM hack? I need you to see it. Do you want me to react to it? I imp? What is it? Oh, it's a ROM hack. Nice, nice, nice. This allows you to play the whole game at 0. Oh. Oh, so Zero doesn't die once permanently if you use him with the home. That's cool. That is cool. It's probably a really good power trip because as far as I remember the character is pretty broken in that game. It's like 11 seconds long and it's perfect. I send you on Discord, it's just perfection. Span of proof that life imitates art. Okay, I'm gonna look at it. Let's see. Oh no! Oh no! You can select the mandate. My ears. That was loud. Sorry. Sorry. Hold up. I didn't realize Discord was at maximum sound. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize Discord was capturing. My bad. My bad. How do I do this? Do I have to download and put it as a... Ugh. I kind of wanted to share. Can we time out Narc? But it's just so perfect. It is pretty beautiful. I am sorry, everyone. It was a funny plane going kabroom. It was a funny model plane going bloop. Blip. You can't time me out. I'm timing myself out first. Oh well. I'll take this as consent. Man, 1 whole second. Damn. I shared the clip on the server once I fed the appropriate channel. Alright, Norex. I think meme? Not entirely sure. I think meme would work. Hold up. I think I need to... If I want to not redraw everything again, I could just redraw everything again. You have learned your lesson from the eons long timeout. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am so glad to have boob. Having boobs is great, isn't it? No, you have a singular boob, just like in that... what was the name? I only remember the name of that movie in Portuguese, Kung Fusão. It's that one spoof Kung Fu movie where there was a lady with a singular boob. Do you guys remember that movie? It was like a double over movie. The uniboob? Yeah, she had the uniboob. The legendary uniboob. One boob to rule them all. Hold up, let me see if I can find that. Kung Pao, Kung Pao. Come on. Behold, the uniboob. Yeah, Kung Pao entered the fist. This one. Ah, the visual effects. Ah. That went into making this happen. Oh god. Anyways. Oh no. You know, the people claiming for more body diversity in movies probably didn't mean that. They probably did not mean that. I read safe with the knowledge that it is not wrong. That is nothing compared to comedic genius. I know you didn't do that on purpose. You can't fool me, Narix. You can't fool me. This is looking real nice. Thank you, Maxi. Thank you. I am gonna adjust her. I'm gonna see if I can fit her whole body with this position here. Not with the whole body, but I think I can fit like a bit more. I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna need to actually put the boobs a little bit higher or lower. I'm not entirely sure. Hold up. I have a reference doll here. Let me take a look. Theoretically... Hello, Medina. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh my god, Scart's looking Ricardo Kiba. You're cooking. Thank you, thank you. Book. This is gonna be a transition screen I'm making for Lunatic. We're doing an art exchange. He receives transition screen. I receive rigging for the new outfit. I knew of a person that drew an entire comic series with a mouse in the 90s on an Amiga. Holy crap! Those people are crazy. Those people are crazy. I admire them a lot. I do use a mouse too, but like a whole comic. Equivalent artistry, yeah. We arting. It's still available. Really? Oh my god. Man. Unicorn Jelly. Ah, that sounds adorable. That sounds like an adorable name. I don't... Did I have... I wonder if I ever saw it. I had like a huge webcomic phase. But it was like King Spot stuff. Step artist, I'm arting. God. Yeah. Step artist, I got art block. Please, step artist, unblock my art block right here. Wing, wing, wing. The art is blocked in my butt. Okay, I had to ruin that, sorry. Are links allowed? No, unfortunately no, because bots will abuse the crap out of this. Bots will abuse the crap out of it. You can link me on DMs, I'll check it later, okay? You can link me on DMs and I can check it later. Kiba, please, we are safe in this household. Shake my head. Yeah, me and my very say-so art. Me and my very say-so art. My very say-so beach art right here. Super say-so beach art. You can, Maxi. The super say-so beach art.
No, this isn't happening! There's no reason for me to go on. What am I fighting for?
Small secret. You're fighting for comedic gold, Tammy. X and X7 right there, exactly. Even though that one came in X4, that was kind of prophetic. It was a little bit prophetic, wasn't it? Whisper, thank you, thank you. I'll check it out later, okay? Okay, I do need to ask a question of all of you. Have you all... who here was big into, like, webcomics? Hmm? Does anyone remember there was this webcomic called... Oh, what was the name now? Was it Cool Kid? Radical Kid? It was like a very outdated term for cool. Damn! Now I can't remember the name. Oh no! I am forgetting stuff that I love. Hold up. No, this cannot be. It's been too long. Kid Rad! It was Kid Rad. And there is, like, no mention of it anymore on the internet. That is awful. People read those? I just look at pretty pictures. This will be in the book of traditions. Does not ring a bell for me. It was a very, very old webcomic that was a sprite comic that used custom sprites, which was, like, very, very fancy for its time. And, how do I put this? Have you guys seen the new glitch animation? The one that is being made by Robert Ross? The plot was shockingly similar, actually. I'm 95% sure that either Aaron or Robert Ross have read that webcomic before and got inspired by it. I joined the Discord. Nice! I don't remember if you need to be approved, but it should be soon. Error. So yeah, basically the plot was there was a video game hero named Kid Rad. His villain was his brother, who wanted him to get a real job instead of surfing around all day. And he had to go on a platforming adventure to defeat his big brother. And after he defeats the game, a group of mysterious travelers from a different world appear on his game and destroy it. Y'all have fun. I'm gonna go fist some people in the position of Earth. Alright, Tammy, have a good one. Middle will never forget. If someone ate up the Book of Vengeance, would still keep updating in their stomach? Yes! Absolutely. So it had a few similar themes, but it worked differently. The main difference was that the universe didn't get destroyed if you clear the game. The universe got destroyed if these invaders entered your world. And the reason they entered the world was because they were liberating all the sprites and sprite characters from their game. They didn't know they were in the game. They were a game. And the idea was that because of the uprising with like emulation, there were a bunch of rooms available on the internet, and the video game characters managed to escape to the internet through those rooms. So they developed a technology that allowed them to break free. They might cut it out of your stomach. To break free. But the world was gonna would be destroyed in the process. The room would get deleted because of the process. But they thought of themselves as good guys. And it was kind of a fish out of water story where the main character tries to adapt to this new situation that he's in the video game, the video game character lands and stuff like that. And it was actually a really, really cute story. It was actually a really cute story. Had an epic ending too. Yeah, I'm 95% sure the name was Kid Red. And if it's not showing up anymore, that unfortunately means the internet has swallowed it whole by now. The site's probably not there anymore. Bold, bold. Unfortunately, they probably will. At the end of the day, the middle is not composed of, like, nice, non-antagonistic people. Unfortunate. Okay, so now... Tragedy of Linkrot, I know, that was actually... It was actually such a good story. One of the main plot points and really long-running gag that the story had was the fact that NPCs were immortal because they weren't programmed to take damage. Bye-bye, Medina! Meanwhile... Fighting game characters were the weakest because they were programmed to take all the damage. They didn't have any invincibility frames, which made them pitifully weak against the likes of Mega Man, who can 30,000 combo you with lemons. What? Don't you know, Lunatic, that Mega Man shoots lemons? That's just how it is. Have you seen the shots? They're lemons. Yeah, they're lemons. Everybody knows that Mega Man shoots lemons. Shoots little plasma lemons. I know nothing about Mega Man. What you need to know about Mega Man is that he's a super fighting robot. Mega Man. He fights for justice, at least in the original, and then he fights for angst in the X series. Now I now remember the early Mega Man games he played indeed lemons. Exactly, exactly. They were lemons all along. And they were beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lemons. This is gonna look really, really weird. I think I want to make this in its own layer. I think I want to make the legs in its own layer. Make sure they don't fuck it up, you know? So let's see. Be a little bit like this. And this is one hell of an angular. Lemons are unnatural when they were created by selective breeding. They're for life. Never gave us lemons, we gave it ourselves. Gasp. Deep, cutie kitty. Very deep. In the end, the real lemon was mankind. Man was the lemon all along. The true lemon was man. I'm not a lemon, I am a cat. I gotta say, this kind of looks like a meme right now. I don't know why, but this kind of looks like a meme. Get stick bugged, Lamo. I mean, I got stick bugged after finishing this coalition, so such lovely legs. Yeah, this is definitely too much. Think like this. And cut it a little bit like this. Aye. Lunatic, do you wear shoes? Do they wear shoes? They wear purple boots, right? Those are purple boots there? They do, okay. I got a little bit confused. Am I gonna lick her face? See here. Here we go. Also, guys, it's Pride Month, so we can only use Pride Resonance things in order to beat Limbus. That's so dumb. No, because Pride is an element in Limbus Company. I'm just joking, kitty kitty. Also, apparently, is it Pride Month? I think I saw some rainbows on social media. Does that mean it's Pride Month right already? June is Pride Month, yes. Nice! Happy Pride Month! Heck yeah! Let's put some rainbows in the stone. So would it be like this? I sent images, both Hit and Sinclair's price do have shoes. I see. Shoe confirmed. It's clear on Sinclair because Sinclair doesn't have chain legs. That is helpful. Okay. So I do need to make the feet bigger because the proportions are gonna be different, obviously. I think I activated some sort of option that doesn't let me drag the thing as well, but it's working. So I have always wondered about this. As someone from the LGBT plus community, should I be very active in celebrating Pride Month the same way others do? I'd like to think that's your choice. I would like to think that you're allowed to choose to do what you want to do, you know? Yeah. I think especially if you're not from the US, because the Pride Month is started there. From my understanding, it had the start was the start of the tradition was a little bit scary, because it started as like don't know if the riot is the right word, but it's definitely started as a manifestation against a group of police officers who were discriminating heavily against LGBT people. I have never really thought about the origin. It was a riot, was called to Stonewall riots for a reason. Mm-hmm. Well, every celebration started like that. You're not wrong. That is interesting. Even Christmas originally was about getting hammered and terrorizing people into giving you money. Yeah, no, Christmas. I'm talking about Christmas, not Halloween. An interesting fact about this was started about a transgender person. Ah, interesting. Also, that's what the violence was about. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this is very, very It was started with transgender person. Oh, I see. Helena knows that Krampus originally had Krampus hitting people with a stick. Even before Krampus was hitting people with a stick, you had like have you ever seen the Notre Dame movie? The Hunchback of Notre Dame movie from Disney. You know that part when they start celebrating Quasimodo? And he is crowned King of Fools? Yeah, the animated one. Apparently that used to be Christmas in certain areas. Christmas was kind of like that during the medieval ages. So people would get hammered, they would pick a homeless or a homeless person, or they would pick someone at random who normally would be jeered, and then they would celebrate them as the King of Fools instead. The church really, really did not like that celebration. Yeah, I think this is the pose. We need to adjust it, obviously. But right now I want to work on the arms. There's a lot of stuff to work on, so... let's get started. God. And yep. By the way, chat, I am thoroughly enjoying Mega Man X8 more than I enjoyed Mega Man X7. The bar wasn't very high, but you know. It was a risk. It was a risk, you never know. But I did notice like several small things about the game as a whole. The main thing that I noticed about that game, it feels like design-wise, they were trying to shove in like a bunch of like mini-games to the main game, so to speak. The stages had way more gimmick than usual to them. Jesus, I have gone through more tissues than a teenage boy. Oh no. Oh my god, Cutie Kitty. You said that. I remembered. I saw something so bizarre with Momochi the other day. She almost bought it too. To be fair, it was pretty cute. I'm not saying it wasn't cute, okay, Momochi? I'm not saying it wasn't cute, just to be clear. But the context was very weird. The context was very weird. So we went to the store called Daiso that exists here in Brazil and also exists in Japan. That is kind of like a house wife kind of store. It's a store for like house utilities essentially from Japan. That has a bunch of like cute knickknacks and useful stuff for day-to-day house affairs, right? And we found this really weird thing that was like it was a plastic television that you could slide in your smartphone, right? To watch it like you were watching a portable TV. And it also had a holder for boxes of tissues. So it's like a portable TV with tissues that uses your smartphone. Is my mind dirty, or does anyone else think it's kind of weird that you would need the tissues right there? Tissue TV? Just me? No one else finds it a little bit sus? Am I the one who's wrong in this? Am I the one who's wrong in this? Apparently it's only Yukiba. Oh no. Damn. You are very say so. Hey. No, I don't know if you meant that or not. Okay. Maybe a bit, but maybe it's for women inside movies. Ah, I see, I see, I see. That movie's on the phone, though. Here. And here. This looks so goofy right now. I'd still say it looked weird. I still say it looked a little bit weird. It's also kind of funny, that store has a lot of stuff like for tissues. Has a lot of tissue-related products. Some very cute ones. We got like a little kitten cover for our tissues. From that before, it's very cute. I also found, I'm finally completed it, by the way. I finally completed it. After a long time searching, I have successfully completed these my collection of these beads, right? That there is a little platform thingy, right? I actually don't know how long I should make this. It was bead collection, I see. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Basically, you can do IRL pixel art with them, and you can put them on you put the an ironing iron. Is that how you call it? An ironing iron? That seems redundant. But anyways. You put the ironing iron on it, and the beads fuse together, and it looks just like pixel art. I can do IRL pixel art with that. So I am still thinking what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna do like a special handcan string where I'm trying to do something, if I should try to make a design early, and then I try to make it IRL. Could be a fun thing to do. Although what would be really fun if it like I could like give it away if it works properly. But I don't know if I can do that we can do that at the moment. It would be pretty cute though. I can't tell how big this goes. Goes up to the butt. If it goes up to the butt, then it shouldn't be up here, it should be well, not this one. Okay, so the way I think this goes, actually, yeah, it would, by the position, it would like be over here, right? Yeah, and fall from the back. It should fall from the back, exactly. Maybe even like this? Yeah. There we go. Do a save. Hmm. Okay. Now I have to figure out where the belt goes. And I'm not sure... Do the legs feel a bit small? It's tough, because it's... The only reference I have is highly stylized. Let me test a few things. What if lower? Still fits? Because this is meant for the body to be like really contracting, right? And maybe the way the booba is drawn too. Maybe we have to lower the cleavage a little bit more. Push the boobs down here. Here. And on. There we go. I think this is fine. Hold up. Can I make it more? Instead of shying away from exaggerating. Maybe just going full all-in is a good idea. Okay, it looks more like it's like she's crouching right now, I think. I think that is looking more like a crouch. And also lower this torso part. Make her look like she's forward a little bit more. Hold up. Oops. So maybe we can move the pants up a little bit. Let's see. Like this. Gives us a little bit more to work with here. Yeah. Okay. Alright, Lunatic, have a good one. Hope you have good Nini. Right then, time to from press not to let Kevin. Thank you so much for putting time and effort into this for me. Oh, no problem, no problem. Same with you, right? Have a good one. Go pass out. Oh yeah, I finished the emote rigging, so it's onto your model rigging next. Oh, awesome. I hope it doesn't take too much. I hope it doesn't take too much effort, because I kept adding stuff. We'll see. Okay. So let's go back to the hands, because I want to do hands again now. Let's do the knuckles. Okay, bye-bye. Have a good one, Lunatic. Here. Man. There we go. Ah! May your lifespan be boosted. It didn't seem to work for some reason. I'm pretty sure I connected it. Ah, here we go. Manual reading, there you go. There you go. Both did not work. Let me check something. Weird, because it's connected. Oh, it says disconnected, I see. Wait. Ah. I had to connect account, then press the login and activate. I see. There you go. Now it should be working. Let me check this one too. This one should be working, right? Yeah, it says right here. This one is working. Okay. There you go. Gotta check on the tips every so often, you know? Ah, thank you for the pet, Lunatic. There you go. Now it worked. Thank you for the pet, hey. See here. I didn't get the bonk. You were supposed to. Well, try avoiding redeeming bonk and throwing stuff at me. Apparently, my tits are malfunctioning. Lunatic seems to pass out very, very slowly. He passes out in phases. Did the bonk didn't go off? Huh. It says it's connected, but it's not working. Had to make sure it wasn't working. Weird. Gonna have to check out later what happened. Because that one is definitely supposed to be working properly. Because, like, if it's not connected, that's one thing. Oh. Nila, it's too soon for you to eat. What are you doing? Well, that is actually... It is actually good news that she's being a little bit gluttonous. She woke up with a bit of gas today. We are trying to reintroduce different foods to her after she had a little... She had some bad tummy problems, right? So we're trying to reintroduce different types of food. We reintroduced the eggplants. The eggplants didn't seem to go very well with her, which is weird. She was fine with them before, but... Ah, that's what kids these days call it. Eh. Nani? Nani? You know, very recently, I realized a core memory I had was a lie. Do you guys ever get that? When you're like sure you did something in a place, then you realize, wait, there is no way I could have been that place at that time. Not, I was already out of that house when I was 7. And I was kind of like, that's right. A little bit disconcerting, but our memory just isn't as reliable as we think it is. Too much fiber can cause gas in the intestine. Yeah. We need to keep her on a healthy, balanced diet because her liver acts up a lot. Her liver can act up a lot. And because her liver is very sensitive, it can cause problem for her pancreas. She had a pancreatitis before a few times because of this. So we pretty much just, we can't give her, we haven't been giving her dog food in years, in a lot of, not a few, a lot of years. Because of that. She's on an all-natural diet. I probably talked about this before. Oh, she's on an all-natural diet. She is very, 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 very sensitive. But also she eats really, really well. She probably eats better than me. She eats healthier than me. She has a nutritionist. She has balanced proteins, all the jazz. What we do for our pets? I know, right? Like, what's the alternative? Let them puke and roll over? No way, Jose. We chose to take care of our pets, we'll do what we have to do, right? There we go. I mean, cat. Okay, I know cats just puke all the time. I know that. But with cats is normal. With cats is normal. Cat puke is like, eh. What are you gonna do? Puke it again. Ate a freaking roach for the 13th time? Yup. Gonna puke. Gonna puke. Oh man, that actually reminds me of... We were at Momochi's sister house once, and her husband had bought like these brand new folders for his Magic the Gathering collection, and he had a bunch of new cards and he wanted to show it to us. Right? And when he was going to pick them up, the cat threw up on top of the brand new folder. Brand new folder smelling like cat puke now. Goddamn. Out goes the hairball. Into the mythic rare. The Final Fantasy mythic rare even. It was kind of funny though. I am sorry, but it was really funny. Okay, I like it how this hand turned it out. It turned out pretty good. That has to be very recent. I think it was last year, I wanna say. Yeah, I think it was last year. It was around the time that the Final Fantasy collection came out. Dude, those universes beyond... There are just so many of them. And now I have to wonder, do you think they're gonna make a collection for the Fast and Furious universe? Is Magic the Gathering ever gonna get a Fast and Furious? Is Vin Diesel gonna be a Magic card, is what I'm asking. Are we gonna get an enchantment that just reads family? That gives all creatures on the board +1/+1 for each vehicle you control. Yes. I have already think up a few of the facts. I'm thinking pink nails. How about you? Heck yeah, pink nails. There we go. I found a podcast that was for people who never watched the Fast and Furious to watch it and discuss it for the first time. I have no idea what is happening in that franchise. No freaking clue. The only one that I watched was, I think, the Tokyo Drift one. Because I used to go to the movies a lot and watch whatever was on, even if it was garbage. Right? So Tokyo Drift was on, and I was like, okay. I guess it's action with cars? Sure. I guess. I'm not a car person. I am not a car person at all. I'm like, does it move and I can get to my destination? Ooh. Wow. Can I pick the color? Alright. That's awesome. That's all I need. Because, like, if you live in a city, at least, outside of specs for, you know, outside of any spec not related with, like, fuel consumption or anything like that, don't really need anything. You don't really need for it to, like, go super fast from 1 to 100. Not really. Just need the car to work. Spend as least fuel as possible. And maybe have a little bit of an option here and there. So, yeah. To me, not a car person. Not a car person. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. I kinda just... Can kinda just... You know. I think that's completely fine. Okay. Whoa. Here? I hope the hands are a good proportion. I am a little bit unsure if they might be too small. Nah, I don't think so. Can you imagine they're like just 2-3 pixels too small? Would suck. Nah, that's too big. It's good. It's good. Okay. I'm not a car person either, but I do have to pick one. It'd probably be the American muscle car. Knowing full well that you probably don't know what that is. I have no clue. I have no clue what a muscle car is. No freaking idea. If you told me it's a car that's promoted by a guy named Mr. Muscles, I guess I would have to believe you because I have no frame of reference. If you told me it was Mr. Muscles' car, I guess I would have to believe you. It's like I don't really have an alternative. Let me think. No. This. And Lily's back. From her magical trip to the kitchen, asking for food early. Dude, the chains make it so much harder to understand what's going on here. And unfortunately, the only characters who do use this are full with these chains. I'm gonna have to draw them at one point, but right now I wanna figure out where the which butt part connects where, you know? I assume it's something like this? Question mark? Something like this, maybe. Which... Just look up at some point Ford Mustang in 1969. Let's see. Ford Mustang. Ah, it's pretty. It's a pretty car. Powerful, technological, and intimidating. That's the tagline that's under it. Why do you need your car to be intimidating? I don't know, maybe you're compensating for something. That is always a joke, right? Like me, powerful and intimidating? Nice. Okay. So if we're being real about this part here, I think this is all. We gotta put this a little bit up. Go. Then I gotta redo this whole thing here. But a girl can dream. Indeed. Let's see. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, I am having a bit of an issue visualizing this angle. I guess the best way to do it is put it a little bit more. This. Then a little bit like this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, into this. Mhm. This. Would be more or less this would be. Feels convoluted, but yeah, no, I think this is the correct one. This is the correct one. Finding it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is. I think this is actually correct. And we can do it like this. Oh, kitty, kitty, you wanna know what Momochi's ring car is? You wanna know? You wanna know? You know? You know those really tiny cars that's just for two people? That's her dream car. Because she thinks Tiny is very cute. So she just wants a tiny car. She wants to drive around the tiny car. With tiny groceries on the back. Doing tiny things while making tiny laughs and doing tiny jokes. Small car for small girl. Because she's very small. You guys know that this, right? Doesn't look from her model, but she's very tiny. She isn't the tiniest VTuber, but she is like 155 meters tall. She's short. Never felt like I think you would have a very bad time in there if not for the kills moment you would pull because you are too big for it. I know. I know. Still her drink card though. I am too big for most things. I can't even go to bumper cars anymore. They have the maximum height thing. You just can't play on bumper cars. And I guess a few roller coasters too, but not really. Nowadays roller coasters aren't like... What is my height? 189 meters. Last time I checked. Yeah. It's not too much, but for the average height here in Brazil, it's a lot. I know depending where you are in Europe, I guess that's like average height, but... Ah, there we go. There we go. Is better. Perspective Harb. Huh. That's the average height in the Netherlands. Like, even women have average of... Yeah, like the average height here in Brazil, I believe, is 170, 175, if I'm not mistaken. And it reflects on how structures are organized, which means I hit my head a lot around here. Here we go. Alright, I think that's good. I think it is alright. Let's do the shading. Shower, nice. Very important. Life is so much better after a shower, isn't it? You feel renewed, you feel reinvigorated, you smell much better than before. It's just good. Taking a nice shower. I don't know if this is true. I remember when I was a kid, this was like a big trivia time. Did you know the reason why people sing in the shower is because when the water falls, it's charged with positive ions, and that gives us extra energy, which makes us want to sing. I don't know if this is true or not, but I remember that was like a very, very fun childhood fact. I don't know why I left Lunatic bold. I feel pain, mainly because it dyes my skin too much, making it coarse and cracked. Ah, dries. Okay, okay. I see, I see. Man. That is too bad, cutie kitty. I feel so good after a shower. Oh, sparkling lemon lime. Oh, that's fancy. Here in Brazil, we have like a cheap version that's called H2O, but I'm pretty sure that's just like very diluted Sprite. It is, it is. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, I am from Brazil. I am from Brazil. That is true. I talk with Brazilian Miko every other day. That is absolutely true. Hey. Hmm. Oh, I think I realized the thing. Theoretically. Brazil kept the Sega Master System alive way longer than any other country. It's true! It did. Though personally, I did have the Mega Drive, aka the Sega Genesis. Did you know that the Sega Genesis had an exclusive name here in Brazil? No, I think I want to keep it like this because I don't know how to draw anywhere else. Brazil kept the Sega Master System alive for the longest time. Brazil was also one of the last countries in the world to get the PS2 available. And in 90-something, a crazy man was given greenlit to make a comic based on Mega Man by Capcom themselves. And the results were hilarious. The saga of Brazilian Mega Man can never be forgotten. Oh, lol. But you know what the biggest irony is? Even though Brazilian Mega Man itself was like a flaming shit show, a lot of like comic writers and comic artists had their that were very successful here in Brazil, had the beginning of their careers drawing for free for the Mega Man manga in Brazil. I really like the Master System. Oh, really? What were your favorite games? What games did you enjoy? I remember when I was little, I didn't have I didn't get the Master System. I had the Phantom System instead. That's the real thing, by the way. Oh, Phantasy Star! Oh my god, I remember when my first RPG was Phantasy Star 4. It was the first RPG I ever played. And I remember being so bewildered by it because it was like a game that was unlike any other game I ever seen before. And Phantasy Star 4, I believe, they had the animated enemy sprites, and the enemies were all extremely, like, horrifying looking. At least for my young brain, they were. So I was, like, so impressed by it. I like it, Sonic Man's on it. Oh yeah, Sonic was on the Master System, wasn't it? That is true. I never played any of them. I had a friend who had them. I played a little bit of Alex Kidd. Sonic started on the Master System. Really? It wasn't like a... In my mind, it was a simultaneous release. Oh, so it did start on the Master System. Because Sonic was such a flagship for Sega. He was their guy, the guy that could beat the plumber. And Shu and Trio were on Genesis first and propped it. Ah. But you know, I don't think Brazil was the only country that kept the Master System alive. I think I remember now. We also had a helping hand from Portugal. I believe both Brazil and Portugal kept the Master System alive. Also the UK? Oh. Interesting. Yeah, but I remember Portugal was also very prominent in it. Not as long as Brazil. Maxi, have you ever heard of the Phantom system? The Phantom system is such a fun story. I had one when I was little. The Phantom system was basically a Super Nintendo, right? That was developed by a Brazilian company called Gradiente, which still makes DVDs nowadays. They still make DVDs nowadays, if I'm not mistaken. And at the time, the company wanted to work with Nintendo to bring the Nintendo system to Brazil, right? But the problem with porting the Nintendo to Brazil was that they couldn't just like start selling Nintendos because there was a difference in like the energy plug for the consoles. So for the console with like what was available in Brazil. So Gradiente offered a solution that they would adapt the electric plugs for the Brazilian outlets. But Nintendo looked at them and was like, no, we don't want to work with you. So the engineers at Gradiente just made a Nintendo that was compatible, showed it to Nintendo. Nintendo was still like, nah, I think it's too risky. We don't wanna do business with you. So Gradiente got back and used a bunch of legal loopholes that were available inside of Brazilian law and just released their Nintendo. Name it as the Phantom system. And as long as they didn't publish any flagship games from Nintendo, it was completely legal to do so. So the Phantom system was the first quotation mark fake Nintendo that was actually 100% legal. And it only happened because Nintendo didn't want to make business with a Brazilian company that was like, you know what, in that case, screw you. In that case, screw you. We're gonna prove that it would have been successful in Brazil, and you're gonna just look at the sales numbers and be like, bleh. And that's exactly what happened. It's shaped like an Atari. It is. It absolutely is. Guess what was the other console that they were publishing before they started publishing the Phantom system? Take a wild guess. Yeah. That's the video game I played. Oh, I'm gonna take a quick coffee break right now. Grab some water. And I hope you all do the same. Master System? No, actually, Master System was by Tectoy. But Gradiente, you actually also ported the Atari to Brazil. So I will be right back. I'm gonna play some ads now, but don't worry, they're not gonna interrupt anything. BRB. And back. Yes, yes it does. It does indeed have 2 buttons on a Genesis controller. It is quite the quirky console, isn't it? But you know what? I played Mega Man 2 in that, and it was worth it. It was worth it. Also, that actually reminds me. You'd think the Master System had its life period extended because of Brazil. You know nothing. Like, last year, I actually found a retro game collection with 100 games and something like that. And guess what it was? It was a Master System. Being sold as like retro game epic collection by Tectoy. It was a Master System. It had 100 Master System games in it. You can still buy Master Systems here. That's how much the Master System is important to Brazilians. You can still buy them here. I kid you not. I almost bought it, but like I couldn't like figure out for the life of me if like the capture card would work. Because it would have been amazing to just like have a Master System machine that I could stream directly from the PC to the PC. Didn't do that though, unfortunately. Yeah. Ah, good times, good times, good times. Brazil actually had some exclusive games for the... It actually had exclusive games for the Master System, now that I think about it. There's one Brazilian game for the Mega Drive that I kind of want to play at the stream, but I don't think it'd be possible unless I use emulation. And even then, I'm gonna have to find a very specific room. Play Mario Kart 64 right now? I have a Switch, I can. Technically, I have a Switch, I can. I mean, it's a shared custody Switch, but, you know. Oh, you're playing! Nice, nice, nice. I thought you were challenging me. But no, this is a pixel art stream. I play games on the other days of the week. Okay, Maxi. Have you ever heard of Brazilian Mega Man? I will always bring Brazilian Mega Man to life to anyone who haven't heard of it. Because it's a thing that needs to be shared. It's a thing that needs to be shared. Okay, first off, how much you know about Mega Man, Maxi? Are you familiar with Mega Man lore extensively? Played a little bit? A lot. Perfect. Perfect. So get ready. Because, unlike you, the authors had no idea what Mega Man was. So we're off to a good start. Like, this story is riddled with very unjustified overconfidence. So, the author, one of the authors, Peixoto, got the rights to make a Mega Man, comic, but he never actually played any Mega Man games. Instead, him and his friend had another friend, and from that other friend, they learned Mega Man lore. So everything that they wrote in the video game, in the comic, was based off whatever they heard their friend ranting about. It's like you decide to write a fanfic of Mega Man having only watched a single YouTube video about Mega Man. That's the level. That is the level. So they got everything wrong. They got everything wrong about the lore. They invented a lot of stuff because they decided that they wanted to make their own Darling too. So the plot of the manga was that Wily pissed off so many people, right, that eventually robots were outlawed, and Mega Man and Ro and everyone else, they had to be put away in secret by Dr. Light, otherwise the police would confiscate them. But after robots being outlawed, and they specifically said a new Japanese company, this comes in later because the guy was also xenophobic. Out of all the other things, he was extremely xenophobic, which is ironic because he was in charge of an international property, right? I found it. You found the Mega Man manga? Really? It was insane. But then a company developed new robots called Neo Mavericks, which weren't against the law for some reason. And they were named Neo Mavericks, so you kinda know where this is going. So mankind got exploded. Looks like a doujin. It pretty much is. It pretty much is. The art, don't get used to any particular art style. Each issue was drawn by a different artist. They were all paid in exposure too, and most of them were underage. Most of them were 16 at the time. The legality of things going on there was very sketchy at best. I'm not even kidding. You wanna know how bad it is? Issue 1 was literally drawn by the guy's wife, because he didn't have anyone to draw. So he was like, wife, may you please draw my Mega Man comic? Even though you barely know how to draw. And she was like, okay. X and Mega Man fought together. They fought together, and both of them were trying to hit on Ro at the same time. Also, Ro is very big-breasted in this. It's 18 plus Ro, and she was farmed for fan service. A lot, to the point where it stops being funny. Although it is kind of funny when X is like, "Hero, wanna do some plug and play?" It is insane. It is batshit insane. Nothing, of course, as far as insanity goes, nothing beats the end of the show, the end of the manga. The end of the manga is the best part of the manga, I'm gotta say. Because it... Oh yeah, before we get into that, at one point, one of the main writers decided to try and take over the comic by writing in his original character into the story, killing all the Mega Man characters so she could take over the comic. Hi Pastana, welcome to the stream, and her name was Princess. Nice stacks, thank you! I'm stacking the pixel art and making shadow effects. Yes. Hold up. Can I find the page? Please let me find the page. Behold. The harbinger of death for Mega Man and Company, Princess. This is... Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to hell. Dude. It's hard to even explain what the hell was going on. But the saddest thing, the true tragedy, was that I actually owned a physical copy of this. And it literally exploded because the glue that held it together was so freaking cheap that one day I just tried to open the pages and they all flew away. They all flew away. I had like this encadernado, this like full edition that just had all the issues in one, right? But it exploded. Because the thing about the Mega Man manga was that it was a doujin. It was absolutely a doujin. It was like, each issue was like, I wanna say 20 pages long at best, something like that. It was very not a lot. It was very not a lot. So it ended up exploding. I lost some pages. They also kind of... Over time, they kind of rotted away too. So unfortunately, I don't own a physical copy anymore. I have been trying. I have been searching far and wide for a new copy. Every time there is a new used comic book store around, I take a look to see if I can find it, but fortunately no dice. I am afraid that it actually became a collector's item. I am actually afraid, but at the same time, I think it just... all of the copies just disintegrated because it was just so cheaply made. Was so cheaply made, and it's kind of sad because it is a part of the Brazilian independent comic scene. It is such a part of the history of the Brazilian independent comic scene because people who went to publish like big independent comics, like freaking Holy Avenger, started there. But yeah. You're not here for that though. Do you wanna know how the story ends? Because basically the whole story was Wiley is back. And he might be involved. He was involved with another company, an evil company that did children smuggling because they wanted to use their body parts to fuel bio robots or something. It actually had, the story actually had some really dark tones. Between all the weird fan service that was happening. Where Dr. Light used it to work for this evil company, but then rebelled against it, while Dr. Wily kept working there. And then Dr. Wily created a super body for himself, so Dr. Wily's kind of fused with Sigma in this thing. He's Dr. Wily and Sigma at the same time. So, kind of like, weirdly enough, kind of like Dr. Ryle. Wait, Mega Man manga predicted Dr. Ryle in Mega Man Zero. Hold up. Huh. Anyways, I better not, I think I don't want to think about that too much. I don't know if I want to think about that too much. But yeah, they kind of did. They kind of did. So there's a lot of fighting going on. They kill the OC. The OC gets killed off by Kalinka. Remember Kalinka from Mega Man 4? She is here and she wants to spread the word of communism. Because they weren't sure how to make a Russian stereotype, so they just went with Soviet Union. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. And then after that, they reunite with Zero and Bass, that is named Slasher for some reason, and Proto Man. Turns out everyone is alive, even though there was supposed to be this massive robot purge that happened. And they all try to join forces. Then they all get attacked by Dr. Wily and the Neo Maverick Squad. And then Mega Man gets extremely pissed off and fires a killing shot at Dr. Wily. But the aliens stop Mega Man, right? The aliens are like, no, Mega Man, you should not kill Dr. Wily. It is imperative that you mustn't do this. And then it cuts to a bald man in a tribal suit. He rips the heart out of a woman that's laying on the floor and yells, "This is it! This is the end!" And then the comic gets cancelled, so that was the end. That's how the manga ends. That's how it ends. Really. Seriously. A bald man does a sacrificial ritual, and the comic ends. I guess he was successful. I guess he just won. That ritual was super effective. Everything's over. Go home now. Anyways, it's a fever dream. It's a fever dream. The legality of it is very fuzzy. A lot of people believe that they were just bragging that they had the rights, and they never did. Some people, however, say, however, that they did have the rights for it, but only up to an issue. And then the contract expired, but they just kept publishing it regardless. People believe that Capcom saw what they were doing and they canceled it, but they were like, nah, we're just gonna keep doing. We're just gonna keep doing it. You're all the way over there. You're not gonna sue us, actually. It's fine. They were right. They never got sued. Although, it is said that one of them did fake that in order to avoid taxes. I believe it was the guy that was trying to make his OC take over the comic and got fired because of this. Man. What a plan. What a Chad. So you wanna derail? So your plans for your OC to have a unique comic is for you to completely derail a story with said OC, killing everyone, and then proving that your OC is in fact the superior one, and then everyone is gonna love you? Did I read this right? Yes, exactly. There's no way this fails. I haven't checked with the editor-in-chief, and I'm pretty sure once he notices that all the characters are dead, it's gonna be like, ah, well, I guess it's your comic now. Now, some people say that that is not exactly what happened, but I really like this version, and I want to believe it. So, to me, it is. I just really want to believe that's what happened. Ooh, Mega Man 64! Oh my god. Oh my god. I love Legends, aka 64. At least I remember liking it. Honestly, it's been a while. It's been a while. I would really wish Legends 2 had been on the 64. Right? Apparently, porting games to the 64 was really expensive for companies, though. So most third parties kinda bailed on Nintendo. And I wish that Mega Man Legends 3 was actually made. But it wasn't, because Capcom was doing a secret screening test, and the fans didn't pass the "you are super special awesome" test, so they didn't get the game. Room chips got expensive again after the N64 was made. Yeah. Nintendo was really afraid of piracy, which was why they were like, we're keeping it to the cartridge. And honestly, they had some good points at the time, because load time was an issue in games. Load time was a real issue in some games. And the cartridges loaded much faster. I like cartridges better. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. I know Momochi also loves them because they're just safer. They don't get destroyed as easily. I still have a bunch of like old Game Boy cartridges that are all in perfect order. I think they're all working. Unfortunately, I discovered that my Game Boy Advance decided to pass away in the middle of the night. I like cartridges better too. But at the same time, I also understand why cities dominated. Apparently, at the time, each CD room cost just $1 a pop to make, which is incredible. It also explains how all those computer game magazines pop it up all the time on newsstands, offering several share wearable experiences. Man, remember shareware? I feel old now. I feel old now. Oh no. The shareware. When I was little, I had trouble understanding what shareware meant. All I knew was that I was not getting a full game out of it. I really like Rose looking Legend. Oh, she's so cute in Legends. Row Casket. She looks so cute in Legends. Legends was such a 2000s anime. Everything about Legends was a 2000s anime. It was amazing. And to this day, I think Legends had the best looking low poly models ever. Mid-90s actually, true. Has it been that long? I see. No one has to know, girl. Dude. It's okay. Nostalgia is in right now. I'm cool. It is fine. Here. There we go. Yeah. We got 3D proportions here. Here we go. Belt. Get belted. Kind of a thin belt though. Should probably... There's something here. Let's go. Into Man, I miss Mega Man Legends. They need to make a I don't know, a collection or something. Give me Legends 1, give me Legends 2, and give me Trombone as Misadventures too, please. Please. I like Trombone so much. For starters, she has just the best name. She has such a funny name. The entire Bone family is funny. Although, I could never understand what was the deal with Bonbone. I could never understand what was the deal with Bonbone. Bonbone is such a mystery. He's a baby, but he's a giant robot? There is no baby piloting the giant robot? Yes, the very large baby. I think that's the joke. You know what? That is fair. If it's just for the bit, that is admirable, actually. Very large baby. He exists for the bit. Bing, bing, bing. Maps and pixel art are tricky. Let's do this. And then there we go. There we go. We found the tummy again. It's working. It's working. Do feel there is something that's slightly bothering me about this face. It feels a little bit too large on the side. Need some modifying. There we go. That's already better. There we go. I also think we need to adjust the eyes a little bit. They look very large, they don't look like the head is turned. The head is facing downwards, so usually the way we hold up. I needed some water. The way we can convey this is by making the eyes a little bit shorter. Almost like they're closing a little bit. I can also put the irises a little bit down. Like this. There we go. And then we can lower it even a little bit more. Then it goes like this. You know what's also a shame? I don't think I ever finished Legends 2. I remember finishing Legends 1, but I never finished Legends 2. I don't quite remember why. I don't know if Legends 2 had a thing that made it so I couldn't play it properly, or if it was just a time where I just didn't have that much time for video games anymore. So I kind of fell behind in that regard and never bought it. I don't remember. Okay, now it looks like she's facing down. Looks a little bit gremlin-ish, but I think it's okay. There's still something about the face, though. If I put my finger on it. Because it's interesting. When it's like this, the head looks fine. But in here, the head feels too big. I can tell the head is too big, but I'm not entirely sure what proportions are causing this. Maybe it's the hair? Also, the hair probably helps a lot. Oh. You know, I did that by accident, but it kinda looks better, doesn't it? Kinda looks better. With the eye like this. Okay, so the tattoos are floating. And I'm gonna do this. Okay. But yeah. I kind of wish they took like any lessons at all from when they made the Legend series while they were making Mega Man X7. Mega Man X7... The Flame Hyanard. The horror. The horrors. But apparently it was a very like new thing that never worked on anything Mega Man related before, so they never worked on anything Mega Man related before. The people who worked on Mega Man things before apparently left midway through the project too. And they really had zero experience with 3D. Unfortunately, they could have like picked people who worked on Mega Man Legends for that project, but they didn't. Everyone was busy making Devil May Cry 3 and the newest Monster Hunter, apparently, and that's why Mega Man X7 is the way it is. They wanted to release it for the Mega Man anniversary. What to think of it? You know what? Now that I think about it, that is a pattern, isn't it? Company decides it's franchise's birthday, forces everyone to rush a game out for the birthday of said franchise, game doesn't go very well, company is like, oh, I guess you guys really didn't like Mega Man, huh? You didn't buy our shitty-ass rushed game? Guess you don't really love Mega Man, huh? Agreed, Lila. Agreed. Lila just made an amazing sound behind me. Hold up. What is happening? Oh my god. Oh my god, my doggo is asleep and she's dreaming. And she's growling while she's dreaming, and the growl sounds so cute. It sounds so cute. Oh no. It's adorable. The freaking cutest thing I ever heard. Oh. I do wonder what doggos dream about. I'm a wolf, so I wouldn't know. You know? I only have wolf dreams. They're completely different from dog's dreams, I'm sure. It's not like the other day I dreamed about my dog climbing a place really high, me going after it, and then finding a bunch of other doggos there. That is like a very non-dog dream at all, I'm sure. Okay. Is the arm proportion perfect? Probably not. Am I gonna have to look up a book of references that thankfully we have available in our office? Yes. Yes, I probably am. But it's progress. In spite of it all, it's still progress. I feel like the legs would be thicker. Know what I mean? And a bit more junk in the booty. You know what was one of the most confusing moments when it came to Mega Man for me was when they released Battle Network. I remember being like, but what happened with X? No. What happened with Legends though? I don't remember if it came before or after Mega Man Zero. I like the Zero series so much. I really, really do. I really, really do. The Mega Man Zero series really do feel like a refined version of the Mega Man X series. Minus the fact that there is no Mega Man outside of Mega Man being the villain. Speaking of which, there's the music. Here. Gotta work on them shoes now. Oh. The shoes look, yeah, I probably need to add like some souls to it. Can I commission you? Yes, yes, you may. Oh my god, hold up. Sven, thank you for the raid. How are you doing? What were you doing? Hold up, let me shout out. Oh, Sven. Let's see. Opioid factor? BB pumping deliver a bit of abiotic factor. Oh, what is abiotic factor? Also, hello raiders, how are you all doing? My name is Kibatsuki, Ninja Wolf Extraordinaire. We do pixels in this house and we play games. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? We've been going through a lot of Mega Man and I just started Mass Effect 2. A delightful survival crafting game inspired by Half-Life and SCP Foundation. Oh, sounds awesome. I'm gonna risk asking something that might make you angry, but is it kind of like Minecraft? Because when I think survival crafting, I think either Minecraft or Rust. Those are like my first go-to. If I am wrong, please let me know. Ah, Rust. I see. Do you all spawn naked too? Should I message you about it on Discord? Yes, Maxi, please do, so we can start talking. But at the same time, neither. Nice. There is a form. That is the second question you asked, Kiba? Wait, what did I ask? What did I do? Wait, what did I do? I don't remember asking anything special. What do you mean? Spawn naked. Oh! But I remember that in Rust you spawn naked, and then you kind of have to craft your clothes and everything from zero, right? That's the right game I'm thinking about, right? It's the haha funny game where everyone spawns naked, and you have a rock and a guy has a flamethrower, and they spawn camp you to that. That's what I know about Rust. But yeah, that was saucy. Kind of a shame I don't play these games. Some of them sound really funny. But also... Oh, yeah, there is a commission form. Exactly. I also have a Vision, but that is mostly for your character here at the moment. Here we are. Kinda need more. Did Lunatic? Oh yeah, Lunatic found the shoes for me. Let's see. The shoes references. The great shoe reference. Now I feel bad for not using the form more often, mainly just because I asked you through Discord. It's okay. Both work. The form is really good for like first time commissions and stuff like that. But both are fine. Both are fine. So I think so this about big good. It's interesting that they have gold souls. But it kinda makes sense. It is the whole thing of the middle to be very, very gaudy. They literally are a bunch of show-offs. It's the lore thing. I could theoretically. There we go. Now we can actually see the end of the boots. There we go. Going on and on and on, shines of love. All lords. Oh no, the color that I wanted was this actually. Oh. Very good. Think looks a little weird. Looks better. Looks better. Looks best. There we go. Also, the kind of work you'll ask of me usually is much more specialized. So the form doesn't necessarily cover that. Since you ask for more... for game assets, basically. Oh, okay, Maxi. I will take a look at it after stream. Good reference. Nice, nice. Highly appreciated. Highly appreciated. The better the reference, the more fidelity the commission will be. Though I have worked on one particular commission that the reference was pretty funny. Hold up. And FYI, I don't mean any ill will towards this person. I love them. I really, really do. I just thought that the reference they gave me was really, really funny. Because, hold up. Where are they? It's been a while. Ah, there we go. Let's see here. This is probably gonna be like way, way back. Yeah, a little bit forward then. There you go. I'm wanting to replace my OC tuber because the one I'm using was made by someone and I do not want to speak anymore. Oh no! I see, I see. So this was the reference I was given. But I was also given the... But I was also given this reference. So it was, draw this in this pose. Which I think is pretty great. I just think it was pretty great. And you know what else? I freaking nailed it. You know? I think I did a pretty good job. I think I did a pretty good job. I really like how this one turned out. Turned out super cute. By the way that this is cut, I mean, I shouldn't focus too much on this area here because I'm gonna have to cover it with chains later. I'm a little bit scared, not gonna lie. Making the chains is gonna be almost as spooky as making the tattoos. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Honestly, that commission and that piece of reference is dear to my heart. Absolutely dear to my heart. I love it so much. I realized I made one higher than the other, and I don't think I need to. There we go, much better. Cleaner too. There it is. Okay, how's the weather outside? Okay. We can probably go for another half hour. This is pretty tiring. Now we can start doing some shadowing. Maybe I do the line of the pants. Line of the pencil. Okay, so fun pixel art lesson time. These are colored jaggies. It's when you don't have all the pixels in a line lined up perfectly. These are perfectly okay to use, but there is one rule of thumb to make sure that they don't never look weird. And that rule of thumb is they should always happen in a pattern. So choo-choos, 1 3, choo-choos, 1 3. If you keep the rhythm, it doesn't look weird. Ooh, hold up. Here we go. So that way you can have access to other angles without your pixel art looking crooked. Because the problem with pixel art is that it's too straight. It's too straight. So you need to create a way to compensate for certain things. And that so happens to be the way you compensate for these odd angles. You have to do it like that. Over here, it's probably not gonna show. It doesn't show on this one, it's not gonna show here. So I don't need to put too much effort into putting details around this part. I do need some details here, some shadowing. There we go. The lower part, get some shadows. My pixel art's never too straight. I was made by me and I am not. Alright, I'm gonna need you to walk on a straight line. Are you sure I can't walk on a gay line, please? I know how to do that. Wait, was that how the Pride Parade started? Damn. Then police asking people to walk on a straight line. Dun, dun, dun. Nice, nice, nice. That's a thing we can do, or... What if... you do like this? There we go, there we go. Do I need to? I don't know, it's an effect. It's an effect I can use. I'm all for trying new things. Doesn't look bad. Do this one here. There is only one issue when you're shading pens, right? If you don't use the right color, there's a slight chance you're gonna draw someone who peed themselves instead of someone who has shadows in their pants, you know what I mean? And that is not what I'm going for. Yeah, okay, that looks like shadow, that doesn't look like pee. Important distinction to make. Very important distinction to make. Okay, so let me do... What? Ah, right. Okay, technically we can work with this. There we go. Built. And I felt. I want to ask you guys something. In the places where you live, are there a lot of gambling sites popping up everywhere? Because there are so many gambling sites popping up here in Brazil. To the point where I'm starting to think there are a lot of politicians actually own some of them. They're everywhere then, huh? Dude, I feel so bad for people who have like gambling problems, because around here these things aren't just everywhere, they'll actually send you ads over your phone. Like the SMS system, right, for instant messaging will like daily have like 5 Hey, did you know you can gamble on your favorite soccer team now? Just click right on this link and you can be a winner. Now the Netherlands invasion even cracked down loot boxes and gacha games. That is true. That is true. Around here there was some crackdown on loot boxes, but not on betting sites. In Brazil, if you wanna buy boosters for Yu-Gi-Oh! For Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, you actually have to verify your age first. That is an actual thing you have to do here in Brazil now. Which would have been a bother, but I happen to be free to play Master Duel without any issue. I'm always surprised by how easy it actually is to be free to play Master Duel, but that's probably because I play very casually. And the catch-up mechanics means that when I actually decide to play the game, I can actually craft a meta deck if I want to. Not that I usually craft meta decks, but you know. But then again, I am kinda really savvy when it comes to free-to-play stuff because of I don't know. I put a copious amount of effort into effectively not spending money on the game. How to most effectively mooch off the developer. It's okay, they're Konami. They killed Silent Hill S. But then again, they did make Silent Hill F, so... I'll still mooch off Yu-Gi-Oh, but buy Silent Hill F, you know. Give the developer money for things you want the developer to actually do. Bang, bang. Here's a question, Kitty Kitty. But then again, I don't know if that is a political question to ask if you think that the crackdown on loot boxes was a good thing or not. I spend a bit too much on games, like when there is a sale I tend to buy more games than I can play. That is fair, that is fair. Me too, me too. But I'd rather spend the money on games rather than spend the money on in-game purchases, you know? I find in-game purchases to be a bit egregious. However, for Limbus Company, I'm okay with spending a little bit because they really don't ask for much. They really don't ask for much. Like, you buy one battle pass every 2 months? 2-3 months, something like that? Sometimes longer. And you're good. It's like a never-seen thing before. It's a gacha game that has a battle pass that is reliant on that the duration varies according to how long it takes for the developers to actually give you new content. Which is lovely because they're incentivized to always bring new good content to ensure that you will buy the battle pass for the next season, and we keep getting good stories. The incentives align. The incentives align very, very well. Is it the best way that they make all the money? Absolutely not. Weirdly enough, that is not the point of the of the company. And then they get away with keep doing that because they're not publicly owned, they're privately owned. So lootbox is, in my opinion, not political. The government wants to limit how much children get sucked into something like that, and what a dev needs to do is comply to show the chance of getting an item out of the box. Ah, I see. And they hate doing that. They really, really hate doing that. Because, like, admitting publicly that your odds are that low. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing doesn't really fly by that well. Yeah. There we go. Some games do have it and are playable, but others don't, and I think it's scummy as fuck. It is scummy as fuck! The developers that don't show it definitely know that if they show it, they might lose part of their audience. You know what you're doing is anti-consumer, but you want to hide it as much as possible. Man, and do you guys think loot boxes actually started with Magic the Gathering and TCG in general? It definitely, at least, inspired to some degree, right? It's funny because the booster system for Magic the Gathering was something that only existed because of some amount of naivete from Richard Garfield. He never actually thought that people would spend so much on his game. Interestingly enough, the reason why the booster system exists in Magic the Gathering was because Richard Garfield didn't believe people would spend too much money on cards. He created a rarity balancing system because he thought, well, there's only an amount of money people will be willing to spend in the card game per se, and never, if you have a rare card, you're just gonna sell it to someone else. You want the rare card for yourself. And because of that, he printed a few short print cards that were extremely powerful. You may know one of them, the Black Lotus. Right? Hell, even Booster Box had a number on them with how much of each rarity is on the box. I know! Although, originally, right, they didn't at the same time. So, old foggy stuff here. Magic the Gathering, when it was first released, right, only had 3 rarities. The rare card, the uncommon card, and the common card. So the rarity wasn't even based on booster box, it was based on single packs. Every pack comes with a rare, every pack comes with 2 or 3 uncommons, 3 uncommons if I'm not mistaken, and every single other card is common. However, secretly amongst the rare cards, and even amongst the uncommons, there were some cards that were printed less than others. So these were secret rarity. Theoretically, they are the same rarity as the regular rare cards, but they have less of a chance of appearing in a regular box than other cards, right? And Richard Garfield designed these cards to be more powerful than your average rare card, because the idea was that it was really fun if you got one, and you could be that one person that had that really rare card and make you super hyper difficult to beat, right? You could be the legend of your playground or something like that. That was the vision. That was the vision. That vision is pretty much Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh!, right? Kaiba had the three blue eyes, the only 3 blue eyes. There were only 4 blue eyes in the world. And Kaiba rips the 4th one, so he's the only one with a playable set. That was kind of Richard Garfield's vision, really. I mean, not people destroying the card, but, you know, people coveting these cards as being extremely rare and being extremely valuable. But valuable in a sense that you would never part with it. Not valuable in a sense you're gonna part with it for a new Ferrari, which ended up being the case. Everyone has a price, and if you offer enough for cardboard, you're gonna find that price pretty quickly. So yeah. So originally Magic was supposed to be like a constructed draft, where it's like, well, I open the booster, these are the cards I get. Maybe I'll be able to trade some commons with a friend, but I'm never gonna be able to trade something that's really, really powerful, and I'm gonna have to play with what I got. Let's go, have some casual fun. And then people discovered they could buy and sell the cards, and then they started accumulating those really special rare cards that you weren't supposed to get at all. At most, you would like have a copy, right? And no one would want to part. But people parted, and people started accumulating the power cards, and meta decks were born. So, yeah, a lot of it was by accident, but it turned out to be a very consistent business model. Very consistent business model. What? Grade 3? No. There we go. Save. I think my PC is lagging a bit because of this one, because this one's too big. There we go. Oh my god. So yeah, this is going well. This is going well. But everyone, that is all the time I have for today. So thank you all very much for joining me. We're gonna find someone to raid, and then I'm gonna give my outro, okay? Let's see who is on today. Who is on today on this beautiful day on Twitch? Twitch.twitch, the Twitchening. We got artists doing art. Do I have anyone on my raid list for us to raid? Let's see. Green hat. Oh, doing art? Okay, let's go. There we go. Oh, someone's doing a model. That's awesome. So everyone, once again, thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Stay awesome. And remember, when in doubt, when you think you can do it, just think like a ninja. And sure you can. So, bye-bye, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me. Bye. And I forgot to click the button, so we're gonna stare awkwardly at each other for 10 seconds. Go.
Kiba Kitsuki. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for raiding. What a lovely number too. What were you working on? What were you working on? I am not doing too shabby. I'm not doing too shabby. I need to grab these colors.